I'm going to go ahead and continue my commentary on this book right here. Now, temples often establish social order, and we're going to use the Jewish temple in Jerusalem to establish what I'm talking about. It's going to be our example. Now, at the Jewish temple, you would have the very bottom level of it, which would separate the Jew from the Gentile. The Gentiles were to worship at the bottom, and then the Jews were to go one step higher. Now, on the next step, they would separate the women from the men. The women worship on that step, the men would go on to the next one. Now, the commoner men were to stay on that next step, while the more affluent Jews were to go on to the next step. Okay? And then on the next step, they would separate priests from wealthy Jews. And then the next step would separate the high priest from all the other priests. And then you would have the holies of holies, which in turn, the high priest would only go in once a year by God's command. Okay? So it definitely established social order. But, like I said in the previous video, not only did it establish social order, but it also gave you this illusion that as you walked higher and higher towards it, you were getting closer and closer to heaven. And that was very appealing to everybody, especially in Jerusalem. Okay. So I think you're getting a pretty good picture of how temples worked, especially the one in Jerusalem, which is the most important of all. Alright, so now that I've given you a little something to think about, I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.